Oh, hello everyone, it's Lee Chapman here and welcome to our new series of videos I'll be doing. Belinda and I, the kids, are recently just back from the USA celebrating our life, our commitment and the hard work we've put in, and we had a fantastic time, but now it's time to get back into it again. Over the next couple of weeks we'll be actually talking about having a conversation on relationships, and we're in the start of November now, 2019, and statistics show throughout the Western world that most relationship breakdowns happen after Christmas and before New Year's. So now is the time to actually work on your relationship, build up those fractures and putty in those little cracks that are in your relationship so you can actually bind yourself with your partner so you don't have a relationship breakdown and become another statistic. It's unfortunately in this day and age that we've become technology rich and wisdom poor. And what's happened is over the last 40 years, because there's been so many fractured and broken families now and all sorts of craziness, that family wisdom is not being brought down to the next generation. And what tends to happen is you just have train wreck after train wreck after train wreck. Now, I will be talking about both sexes, but let's just concentrate on what women want, okay? At the moment, I understand that women, you'll work into, oh, I want to have a knight in shining armor. I want a guy that wants to open and be real and raw and emotional and authentic with me and all this sort. We get that. However, the reason that the man in your life is not is because somewhere down the track in his early relationships, he got burnt. See, what happens is because we don't have wisdom passed on anymore in relationships, there used to be you'd go to a debutante ball and you were actually introduced in society. And what would happen is your parents and your grandparents would sit you down and they would give you a set of rules on how to date and what to be expected and how the opposite sex thinks and how to work and how to prepare you for courtship. That's what used to happen. That doesn't happen anymore. And we wonder why we have so many fractured relationships. Now, here's the thing. It's a bit like, how can I explain it? It's a bit like in your early teens and sort of early 20s when you're starting to get into the whole dating scene and you make some dopey mistakes. And it's very similar to giving a child a handgun or a chainsaw without instruction. You wouldn't do that because someone's going to get cut, hurt or shot. But that's what happens in a relationship. No one sits you down and explains to you what's happened. And what tends to happen is a guy in his sort of late teens, early 20s, meets a girl and he pours out his heart and he tells her all his deepest secrets and desires and things that happened to him when he was a kid. Maybe he cried when his dog died or whatever, something that was deep to him, and he just gave all his soul to his girlfriend. And she thought it was, oh, he's opened up to me and I'm so loving. And the first time she gets around her girlfriends, she spills her beans about her boyfriend and all his inner workings and all the secret things that he entrusted you with, not entrusted you to tell everyone about. And when he found out that you told all your girlfriends about it, he shut down that emotion, those feelings, and keeps them deep buried within his chest. And the problem was he will never speak to you again, never trust you again, never trust another girl. And you wonder why, when you're the second, third or fourth girl to come into his life, why it's 5 times harder for you because some sister did the wrong thing to him back when he was first started dating. Now that's basically why men don't open up, is because somewhere down the track in their past, some girl blabbed her mouth about all his inner feelings and the things that were secret to him, and he just shuts down. Now, if you have a husband, a fiance or a boyfriend, and he manages to trust you, he's giving you the benefit of the doubt. He trusts you and he's decided, okay, I'm going to give this girl a go. And he opens up his innermost secrets. He said, oh, I got hurt by girls in the past, and or maybe he said, oh, I saw this really great sunset that moved me to tears. So something that's really deep and personal to him that he wouldn't share to any other man. He's sharing it with you. Don't share it with any other woman. Just don't. It's exactly the same as men being taught, don't cheat on your spouse. Just don't cheat on your wife. Because that goes into your hurt, that goes into your pain point. But his pain point is your trust. If you lose that trust, he will either get rid of you and move on to the next woman, or he will not speak any trust issues to you for a number of years, if at all, and you wonder why your relationship is so terrible. So ladies, let that be a lesson today. Do not share your innermost secrets of your partner to any of your girlfriends. Just do not do it, because if he finds out, he'll shut you down, get rid of you and move on, and you've just made it harder for the next girl that's trying to move in. It's even harder again, and the further down the chain it goes, the harder it gets. So we will be concentrating on both sexes in the next couple of weeks, but that's just been my lesson for ladies today on how to work with your man and understand his basic operating system. If you start speaking to him, I'll listen to this video, I understand how your heart works, and I just want to let you know you can trust me that I won't tell any other woman. And you'll start to build those steps, you'll start walking up that ladder. But you have to have that conversation, and never start a conversation with a man with "we need to talk." That is the most scariest thing for a guy to hear. You can say, "Honey, there's something on my chest. It's not a biggie, but let's say when the kids are in bed, or when we've finished work, or finished tea, I'll get a coffee and we'll sit down on the couch." That is far less threatening than saying "we need to talk." Never say that. So that's been my video for today. We'll be doing more in the next couple of weeks, but just remember that, ladies, as men, we do notice you. You are beautiful, even though we don't say it as often as we should. And remember that, men, that you have what it takes, and your responsibility to teach others never ends. Okay, guys, bye for now.